Alright guys, so moving right along to our next Patreon request, and this one comes from Bill McLaughlin, who asked me to do a new hero-villain mashup, and the hero-villain mashup between the Hellsing organization and Salem. So, as always, if you guys would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon where you guys can hit the third tier. That'll allow you access to all the stuff on Patreon. If you want to just do that Patreon stuff, the other two tiers are there. But yeah, if you want to just do all of that, plus send me requests for videos to do here on YouTube, just hit the third tier. And yeah, other than that, let's get started. So this Patreon request comes from Bill McLaughlin, and like I said, this is a hero-villain mashup between the Hellsing organization and Salem from Ruby. So, let's talk about that. So for those who are unaware what hero-villain mashup is, hero-villain mashup is a video series I used to do on YouTube, but now I do on Patreon, which I haven't done in a while, probably because I haven't really thought of anything that would work for a bit. But I digress. Anyway, so as I was saying, this series basically is not so much a fight video, but more like, what if this villain was this person's in their rogues gallery? That's and what would it be like? So let's talk about that with the Hellsing organization, and what if like Salem just came crashing into the Hellsing universe and was about to just drop total grim ass on London? Well, what would that ensue? So we got to talk about the big thing in the room, is that, you know, how can Alucard, Hellsing's best weapon, hold his own against Salem? The thing of it is that Salem's not only, like, immortal, and, like, even, like, Ozpin has said, you can't kill her. And considering that the Rooster Teeth has been, you know, shelved, I don't think we'll ever get a proper answer. But I keep hearing, side note, I keep hearing, like, they keep talking about, like, how, oh, you know, we're gonna continue this series, like we are, like, I heard Red vs. Blue is gonna get, like, a final season, and I've heard back and forth that maybe Ruby is too. I personally don't, until I see something concrete, I don't think that's gonna happen. Rooster Teeth has, you know, thoroughly fucked the sheep. You know, they basically shit the bed. And not to say, you know, Warner Brothers didn't have a hand in fucking them over. They did, especially when Zaslav took over. Yeah. But the main thing of it is that Rooster Teeth was such a shit show before Warner Brothers got there that it also kind of plays into that factor, doesn't it? But that's a video for another time. So, getting back on topic. Yeah. Can Alucard stand up to Salem? Remember, Alucard is the Hellsing organization's best weapon. And unfortunately, I don't think... while Alucard is powerful, you can kill him. It just is going to take a while. Salem, it's kind of clear that she's on another level. Like, she is on, like, God level, almost. AKA whatever the writers need her to be. Like, you could just kill multiple forms of her and she'll just keep coming back. Alucard, it may take a while, and I do see that Alucard could probably do some damage to Salem, but in the long run, I don't think that would be the case. And remember, this isn't just Salem that the Hellsing organization would have to fight. They'd have to fight Watts, Salem, of course Salem, Cinder, Tyrion, Hazel, it was Hazel, right? Yeah, Hazel. Hazel, Emerald, and Mercury, even though they switch sides, but who gives a fuck about those two's character development? Clearly Ruby doesn't. So she's got her own, and not to mention, oh, I don't know, the army of Grimm that could literally, you know, Grimm, depending on writing, is like the Heartless, where they're just formed from negativity and evil. So, and trust me, Alucard would probably be a breeding ground for Grimm. Like, all of the revenants he has within him, yeah, he would probably be definitely a big breeding ground for Grimm, specifically. This is a guy, like, the other thing is, too, however, you gotta remember, Sir Integra is not a bitch to mess with. You do not want Integra Hellsing as your enemy. I think she'll realize that, like, Alucard, as powerful as he is, could not, you know, take on Salem head on. So she's gonna have to, like, rework that. Like, with the agents she has, like the Wild Geese, Saris, Walter, all of them. Integra will realize that a head-on attack against Salem would probably not be in the best interest, and try to figure out like a new way to combat her. Excuse me. Yeah, so trying to combat, trying to fight Salem head on would probably not be in anyone's best interest in this endeavor. So that's something you have to really look at in this fight, is that in this war zone, because again, the Grimm can just be manifested anywhere, and furthermore, Alucard could literally be like taken and even corrupted by Salem. So there is a shot at that. It's just kind of overwhelming odds, but if it's one thing the Hellsing organization is good at, it's overcoming overwhelming odds. Granted, there's a bit of a collateral damage to that, but at the same time, I never once will ever count out Integra Hellsing. But yeah, so I like the Salem can just manifest all these monsters, and I'm pretty sure. And also, I imagine if Alucard tried to consume, Alucard or Ceres tried to consume anything that was Grimm, it would be toxic, and then that's how Salem would be like, got you, and now I'm going to use you on my side. Although I do see that, say, if on the other hand, if those two consume like, Hazel or Watts or someone else, Alucard's just going to use their abilities to his own advantage and probably do some more damage to Salem with those abilities. But yeah. So, what do you guys think it would be like if Salem went to war with the Hellsing organization? Do you think Salem would win, or do you think the Hellsing organization would come out on top? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, I'd like to thank Bill McLaughlin for this Patreon request and continued patronage. Like I said, if you'd like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below. Head on over to my Patreon, where you guys can hit the 3rd tier, and that'll allow you access to send me Patreon requests. I do have a list, and trust me, I will get to all of them. Don't think that like I only do like 2 or 3 or 4 at a time, that I'm just ignoring you. And this is more of a message for everyone. It's just a big list, and I have to go through everybody. So there is a bit of wait time, but I promise you I'm not ignoring you. Just don't be like that one asshole who thought like he could bully me into doing videos for him. So as long as you're like not like that, we're cool. Anyway, so once again, hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.